see your, yeah,
Okay.
you're not sharing your screen.
All righty, guys. Am I sharing the screen now?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Well, let's start this over. So, good morning. Welcome to Senior Solutions. I have on my call Joe Johnson, the founder and president, owner of Senior Solutions, and myself, Jimmy Hernandez. I'm excited to tell you about some 10-cent lead opportunities. And so, without further ado, let's move forward. So, guys, most of us, I'd say probably 95% of us, are contracted with Mutual of Omaha. Um, they are teamed up with USA Data, and they have the stamp of approval from Mutual of Omaha, and you guys can get some marketing list. So go ahead and just kind of follow me through this. What I want to do is go ahead and kind of walk you through what we're going to do. But first off, let me just kind of read some stuff to you. So first off, Mutual of Omaha approved this program. You can access these lists and purchase them right off the Mutual of Omaha website for agents. So they call it SPA. And I'm going to walk you through that here in a minute. Let me tell you, all the lists are pre-scrubbed against the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, and State Attorney General for the do not call registry and the do not mail file. Okay, so they've already been scrubbed. So you're cool calling any of these people or mailing any of these people. It's low pricing. Basically, it's 3.5 cents per name for consumer list. Now you can sort out and kind of be really selective. The more selective you are, the higher cost. Let me tell you, like I've gotten really selective, which I'm going to show you in a second. My cost came up to like maybe 5 cents a lead, so that's really cheap. Okay, if you go with the business, it's going to be a little bit more. Um, it's going to be under 10 cents though. Now they have a minimum purchase of $50. Okay. So typically that $50 purchase is going to get you right about 1,700 leads. So did you hear that, Joe? 1,700 leads for
It's a big
50 bucks?
number.
Man, that's ridiculous, right? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get a file. It's going to be in Excel. Okay, or it could be a what do they call it, a comma delimited format, like a CSV file. um, you can order this online. You can even call for toll-free help. So with that, let's go ahead and I'm going to go and walk you through this. You're able to see this, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I'm logging in now to the website. So guys, when you log in daily, right? Normally we'd go check our cases and all that. You're going to go up here where it says sales and marketing, right? And then if you can see under the prospect, it says marketing list, right? So we're going to scroll over, oops, or you can click here and then you have to scroll down. And when you see prospecting, you're going to go to marketing list. Now, I got to tell you something here. This was a combination of kind of three people. I just want to give recognition where recognition is due. Imelda in the Valley, she told me about this, and we kind of went over this. And then I was talking with another agent in Houston, Carl, and he gave me another tip. And then I was talking with Don Patton about it out in Tennessee, and then we talked. He gave me another idea. So what you guys are going to get is amazing today. But let's just start with this. So you see this link down here under Get Started. You're going to click that link, and here it takes you, and you can get consumer list, business, and new homeowners list. By the way, this new homeowner list is for homeowners that have purchased within the last 6 months. So it's very fresh data. But we're going to go with the consumer list. So we're going to go down here where it says start now. This will take a second to load. All right, so you can go ahead and, go by zip code. You can go by city, county, state. I'm just going to go ahead and go with county as an example. I'm going to select next. Then I'm going to choose what state I'm going to work in. I'm in Texas, so I'll go down and highlight Texas. Now what county? I'm in Bexar County, not Bexar, but it's called Bexar. We hit add, right? And then now we hit next. Boom. Okay. Now check this out. Right there where it says age 68 to 67, I can do that. I can do age 66 and over. I can do turning 65, but let's go ahead and let's do 66 and over as an example. So I'm going to hit add right there. Right. Now up here where it says demographics, I can play with this and I can, pick some different demographics. Let's say we pick a homeowner as an example, and I want to pick a homeowner that their house is between 100,000 and 149, or let's just do 50,000 to 99,000, right? And I can hit add, and I'll put that right there. I can even pick, different interests that they might have, but I'm going to just do that for now. And then down here on the bottom, it says include phone numbers when available. That means you're going to get some with addresses only, but I'm just going to click this box that says include only records with phone numbers. Okay. And then I'm going to hit next. All right. So now it's going to search. This will take a second. So right there, it only came back with 10. So that's not enough. Yesterday I did one, it was like 17,000. Let's back up for a second.
Yeah, I would probably not do, I mean, are you doing this for final expense?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd probably leave out the homeowner part.
Yeah, let's remove that. There we go. Okay. So then let's just go with next here. This is going to pull up a lot. Okay, so right there, there's 18,000 names, right? If I wanted all 18,000, I can get them for $871. I can just go ahead and pick it, pick the number that I want, the quantity, or I can narrow that down. Now I remember what I did. So I'm going to narrow this down, and I think what I did is I narrowed it down by income. Let's see here. There you go, income narrow ranges, right? So we can pick an income range that we want to work with. Let's say we want to work with somebody, I don't know, between 20 and 40,000 or 30 and 39,000. We can add that. We can add the 20 also over here.
Oh, you add as many as you want.
Yeah, maybe
So
one.
so you should do the lowest though. You should do 15 to 19.
There you go.
And then take it up all the way to the 50 to 59.
Okay.
That way you got an income range of 15 to 60,000.
All right, so now let's hit next. Okay, so that narrowed it down to 8,000. Wow, that's a big list. So I mean, I guess what I'm trying to show you is you can be kind of selective as to what you want, what you're looking for, and then there on the right is your contact information, and you can go ahead and just plug in your credit card information. You'll purchase it. They'll email this to you in a CSV file. Up here on top, you got the 800 number. If you have any questions, you need some help walking through that. This is a real easy process. Now, I'm just going to say where it says list usage, just go with a one-time use. You're going to get the file. You can save it and work as many times as you want. But if you go with the 2 times or 3 times, that just means you can log back in and access that same data. To me, you're just paying extra for nothing. Just save the file on your hard drive. But if you take the 8287 or maybe we do it the other way. The total cost was what, 438 divided by 82.87. That came out to 5 cents per lead because we narrowed it down a little bit. So guys, 5 cents, I mean, that's cheap. So that's how you do that. I want to go back to talk about how we're going to market this. So guys, can you see the value in that?
Jimmy, are you going to do the, were you going to show another demonstration for like the mortgage leads or no?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to do that here in a second, but let me, whoops, let's go back. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just go back to that real quick. So let's back this up.
Let's say I was interested in doing some mortgage protection, but I have a slim budget.
Okay. So we went over there to new homeowners. Again, we can go by county. So we're going to select by county. We're going to hit next. I'm going to select the state that I'm in. Then the county that I'm in. I'm going to hit add. Next. Okay, so now right here it's got demographics like first loan amount, or right here it says all new homeowners within the past 6 months. I would just collect that right there. Just check that box. I would put only the ones with phone numbers. Hit next. So right now there's only 389 available, and the total cost is going to be $50. Now, again, the mortgage protection is a little bit more expensive, but still, you know, you got 389, or divide 50 by 389. Well, that's only 2 cents a lead. That's cheap.
Yeah. What other filters can you do on that?
Let's go back to that.
Let's say click on that first loan amount.
Okay. Oops.
You had it right there.
There you go. So first loan amount. Then you can put the amounts there. But you know, I only had 389, so I don't need to bring that down. That's what's going to happen is if I play with this, it's going to make the number smaller. So, I mean, you might want to first check to see how many. I know we did this in Houston, and there was, I think, 17 or 1,800 in the last 6 months.
Okay, so keep scrolling down. Let's see what other filters there are besides the ones we see.
Gender, loan to value, only public records with zip code, purchase price, and purchase loan and date.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so I think you're right. In this situation with these filters, I would just do everybody.
Yeah, just do everybody. So guys, whether you want to target, you know, a final expense client, or you want to target Term Life Express for mortgage protection, here's your list right here. So, I mean, it's a really good opportunity to have people to talk to, you know, at a low cost. And then I want to talk about some ways to make this work for you. So, you know, the first thing is, you know, you have the number. Oops, here we go. There we go. So you have their phone number. So you can go ahead and you can make the calls, and you can, you know, you can dial them. Of course, it's a cold call, but you know, here's another thing you can do. For 5 cents per text, you can use this service. It's called Easy Texting, and you go to their website, easytexting.com, and you can go ahead and get set up. By the way, they have a 14-day free trial period. After your free trial, you're going to be charged 5 cents per text. It doesn't have a monthly service cost, and there's no contract. So, I mean, you pay as you go. It's a beautiful service. So think about this. You know, let's say you get you 1,000 names. numbers and addresses off of this list. You can go ahead and upload that information, because remember, you're getting it on a CSV file. This texting service uses that CSV file. So, you upload it to them, and then you can send it out. It'll do like a mass text, and it'll text to all 1,000 names or numbers, right? Because you have all their numbers. Now, some of those are going to probably be landlines, but I think in today's world, most of them are mobile, So you shoot that mass text. You want to be really specific and come up with a very good text message that's not going to be too long, but that's going to promote the product that you want to sell. And then you need to have a call of action to call you, right? And then you can put the number, and then you can make your phone ring. Now, it goes out in a mass message, right? So it's a short code, like it might say 477. It's not going to have a phone number on there. But if they do reply to that text, you're going to have a 12-hour window where they're going to be able to call you, or you'll be able to see the message that they sent back. So if they reply asking for some more information, or they have a question, you're able to log into your account and you can look at all those replies. You got a 12-hour window for that. The other thing too is that you'll get a report, some analytics, and they call it a delivery report. So out on that delivery report, you're going to see how many texts were undeliverable. Another way to look at that is you'll see how many were actually delivered. And then you can take a look at the response rate, how many responded to it. You obviously know if they called you, how many calls you got off of it. But that's got to be huge. I mean, now you're making this thing work for you because people are responding to you. And if they call and your phone rings, there's your lead. They're seeking you out. They obviously have an interest. Do you see the value in that? So Joe, you want to chime in here on the texting?
No, I think it's a great idea. I would just put together, like on this text that you're seeing on the screenshot here where it says super sale, what I would do if I was sending out a text, in addition to the text, I would just create a little mini flyer and send something that's going to be simple but eye-catching. And then obviously you got to have the call to action for them to respond to get more information.
Yep. Now I have a cold call script. So I wrote this script for final expense. So let's say you go ahead and you do the final expense, you do the text, but now you're going to start dialing for dollars, right? And so this is a real simple script. It's specific to the point. But anytime you call, you always want to ask for the person by their first name. Don't be formal, because then obviously that's going to raise up a flag that you're a telemarketer, and they're going to probably hang up on you, or they're going to be really short and tell you they're not interested. So, just go through this real quick. You're just going to say, hello, Joe. And then you say, I am Jimmy Hernandez. I'm with Senior Solutions. The reason for my call is we're proud to announce a senior final expense life insurance program to help pay what Social Security does not. At present, Social Security only pays $255 for each eligible senior. This senior plan will pay for all your funeral costs up to $25,000. Again, my name is Jimmy Hernandez with Senior Solutions. I'm a licensed insurance agent in Texas, and my job is to help you with the enrollment process. I'll be in your area tomorrow. Would 9 o'clock a.m. work for you, or do you need something later in the day? So guys, that's just a simple script I put together. You give this a shot. Or write your own. But when you're doing cold calling like this, you're either going to get somebody that's interested or not. If they give you a rebuttal, how long is this going to take? You can overcome some rebuttals. Only need like 15 minutes of your time. The common rebuttals that we normally get when we call leads are, well, I already have insurance. Great. Most of the people we speak with already do have insurance. This is an opportunity for you to get some additional coverage at a very low cost. So guys, there's the two-sided of this is that you can call and you can text. And now I want to show you something that's even better. You can go ahead and also order postcards free. Joe, I love that word free. Free postcards from Mutual of Omaha. And this is a final expense postcard. So take a look at this. It says, whole life insurance can help ease the financial burden associated with outstanding medical bills, debt, and final expenses. Now, when you order this, and I'm going to walk you through the order here in a second, you can come back in here and you got male and female, you got two genders. You can plug in 3 different ages, and then you got 4 different face amounts. So like, let's say, for example, we go with, let's say, age 55, 65, 75, and then you can do face amounts. Joe and I talked about maybe starting about $7,500, going 10,000, maybe 12,000 and 15, or maybe end up with 20. You don't want to go too high and you don't want to go too low, but you want to space them out. And then it's going to give you the premium amount there, what it would cost for those ages in that face amount. And then down on the bottom to the right there, it says contact me for more information. It'll pre-print your name, your phone number, your email, and your license number. On the top, it has got the phone logo there. It says call for no obligation rate quote today. This is going to be, the call to action. The other to the right, that's the front of the postcard. Now, it'll come pre-printed with your name and address on the top. The only thing that you need to do for this postcard is you need to put in who you're mailing it to, and you need to put the postage stamp. So I want to talk about that real quick. So, first off, talking with Don about this, he has I guess you can say his background is in marketing, and he says, Jimmy, you don't want to do labels. Don't do labels. Do a handwritten address, because it personalizes it, and the people that get it are more likely to read it when they see a handwritten address. Okay, so it makes it personal. You don't have to do 1,000 or 500 or even 100 at a time. My idea on this is just do 10 a day. So you get the list, you're texting them, you're calling them, and then you're mailing out 10 postcards a day, which, by the way, a first class postcard stamp costs 35 cents. So can you afford $3.50 a day? So you put that out, it's going to be delivered probably within 1 to 2 days. You're not waiting on a return postcard. They're going to call you. Your phone's going to ring. So now you're attacking this from 3 sides. You're calling them, you're texting them, and you're dropping a mail postcard to them. So Joe, I don't know if you want to comment on that before I continue.
Well, just a couple of things too. So one is that if you're doing the mailer, and you're doing the mailer off of, so if you've selected your list, you have their name and phone number. So one of the things you could do is you can also make follow-up phone calls as well. So if you're doing, as an example, if you're doing 10 postcards a day, you're already going to have their phone number. Why not just in 3 or 4 days, hey, just take a chance, man, and give them a call. And if they answer, hey, Bob, Joe Johnson, Senior Benefits. Hey, I just mailed you out the postcard, about the state regulated programs. So you actually have something that you can talk to them about as well. The other thing that you can do is that on these age groups, Jimmy, because you're putting in different ages, you can do multiple postcards with different age groups. So you can kind of coordinate the list that you bought with the ages and coordinate that with your postcards. So as an example, if you're doing postcards age, I think one of the choices was like 65 and older, right?
Yes.
Maybe you can get a range. then you can put in there, if you're mailing, if you bought a list of ages 65 and older, just as an example, then you'd want your top age to be 65. So you do the three ages. Maybe you do 65, um, 60, maybe 70. You could range it in that span to get it to have it to be, I guess, the card a little bit more relevant to the list that you're mailing to.
That's a very great point, and
You can also door knock them too.
Get the postcard I mailed you. You can call and follow up on that. That's a beautiful.
You can door knock it too. You got the sample postcard. Hey, you stop by, Jim, just stopping by. Joe Johnson, Senior Benefits. You may recall I mailed you this postcard. Great news is you've already been qualified. May I come in? Just short, sweet, and it gives you. Remember, at the end of the day, a lead is nothing more than an excuse to start a conversation. We're just giving you ways to be able to start conversations with people at almost zero cost out of pocket.
That's awesome. Now, before I show you how to order these postcards, I want to show you, if you want to do mortgage protection, Mutual of Omaha also has a mortgage protection card for Term Life Express. So obviously, I mean, this is going to be probably a different age demographic, but again, based on the data that you're getting, you can order your postcards on the ages and the face mounts that kind of correlate to the demographics you got on how much their mortgage is. And I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing. Here's what I really love about this. This is a very recognizable name in our industry, Mutual of Omaha. When people see that little Indian in the logo, they know who Mutual of Omaha is. They are comfortable with Mutual of Omaha. This is not some, I don't know, unbranded new company no one's ever heard of. You're eliminating a lot of doubt, a lot of, I guess you could say, skepticism when you're going with Mutual of Omaha, brand name recognition, and then your name is on the card. Now you're associated with this company that's widely known. I mean, that's huge to me. I mean, that speaks volumes. So Joe, let's go ahead and go to how to order these. So we're going to go back to the Mutual of Omaha website.
Okay.
And so back to sales and marketing, when you're on the Mutual of Omaha site, and there to the right, it says forms and materials just under the blue bar, and you're going to just click on forms and materials. Okay. A lot of you guys have seen this because you've ordered supplies, maybe you've ordered apps and whatnot. And what you're going to do is you're just going to go to United of Omaha, not Mutual, but United of Omaha. You're going to select prospecting. You're going to pick your state. Oops. I'd like to live at the Virgin Islands. There we go. Mm-hmm. Texas. Okay, and let's stick with Whole Life as an example. Product name, we're going to go with Living Promise. Hit search. And this pulls up, and then so you can see right here the second one, that's your postcard order form. So you just select that. Boom, there's your order form. So you fill this out. By the way, you get, I thought it was 5,000, so I got to correct myself. It's 500. You get 500 postcards every 6 months for free. Now, Don did a little legwork for me yesterday, talked to people at Mutual of Omaha, and they actually told him, look, we don't have a lot of people taking advantage of this, but if you need more and we see that you're giving us volume, where we look at your production, we'll go ahead and get you some more. So guys, there it is. Just another great reason to use Mutual of Omaha. You want to add anything to that, Joe, or no?
No, perfect.
No, Okay, so now I want to talk about this. Let's revive your old lead inventory. How many of you guys are on the call and you're like me? You have thousands of leads in your inventory. Maybe you don't have thousands, maybe you have hundreds. And this is an opportunity to go in and revive those leads. You know, that word revival basically means that it was a dead lead. You know, maybe it got stale on you. Maybe those leads are 3 or 4 years old. Maybe they're a couple years old. Maybe they're just months old. And you've already, you know, tried to work them. You know, you still have a bunch of them. All you got to do is revive your leads. Now, how can you revive your leads? You use those postcards. Guys, you already have their name and their address. Why not go ahead and use those postcards and drop another postcard to them and get them to call you? Or shoot them a text message, a mass text to your existing lead inventory and see if you get any hits off of it. Now, you're being proactive instead of reactive, and the people are responding to your marketing. And if they reach out to you, now that's a hot, fresh lead. And you turn that old lead into a hot, fresh lead. I mean, Joe, I don't know if you want to add on that, but I mean, that's a beautiful thing. And this is what Don said to me yesterday. Jimmy, we can revive our old leads.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Here's the thing. Most of us that have been doing this for a while that have purchased leads are sitting on a gold mine of unresolved leads that if we simply just did, drip mail marketing with free postcards, that cost you 35 cents to put a postcard in the mail. I mean, if even if you just generated 1 or 2 extra sales a month, I mean, you're potentially, adding additional $10,000 to $15,000 a year, maybe more, to your income, just by, like you said, reviving, or you can even say resurrecting, you know, leads from the dead. I mean, I think it's a brilliant idea.
So guys, there's some good value right there on these leads. Let me see here. I want to, let's see here. Well, I'll just go back over here and we'll put this slide. So this says triple your activity. This is a triple threat. You got one side of the triangle, you can call these people. Another side is you can text them. Another side is you can go ahead and drop some mailer. And obviously, the fourth element is you can still door knock these leads. But I'm talking about generating activity or creating activity to generate the lead. This is the plan. I think that if you can utilize this, everybody's situation is different. Let's say you're a brand new agent and you're low on funds and you want to stimulate, or you want to kind of tap into the market so you can create some business, some income for yourself. This is a way to do it at a very low cost. And this is an effective way that's going to produce immediate results. We're not talking about something that's going to take a long time. We're talking about you're going to be meeting with people right away and doing presentations right away. How about maybe you've been an agent and maybe you went through a little slump, maybe you went through a little spell, you weren't able to keep your lead order going, you had a couple of chargebacks, maybe you're in the hole a little bit and you want to dig yourself out of it. Hey, this is a low cost way to dig yourself out of that hole. Again, you're going to generate an immediate response from these people. Maybe you're doing great, maybe you're already busting it out, you're hitting the leaderboard, you're doing fine. Obviously, this will add to it and you'll generate even more income. So guys, if you just want to stay consistent, last week we talked about prospecting. This is just a new avenue to increase your prospecting activity and increase your sales. So I don't have anything else to add to that, Joe. Do you?
Well, just I do with the prospecting, like you mentioned, we talked about that last week, and then one of the things that I think is important is that that you have to be successful in what we're doing is that you have to have daily prospecting habits. Okay, and let's face it, the best agents typically are not the most talented people. They're the best prospectors. They have the most. They work the hardest when it comes into prospecting and their ability to resolve every lead. So just by simply incorporating something very, very simple is sending out postcards and following up on postcards and just simply incorporating something very simple into your daily prospecting habits is going to generate income. And like you said, Jimmy, it's not, we're talking about almost really instant gratification. I mean, you can, I mean, these postcards, I've ordered these postcards before. I mean, you'll have them at your house within a week. The list that you're going to be receiving is instantaneous from when you purchase it. So, I mean, you can start incorporating those calls and just, you know, build into your daily prospecting habits, just build in sending out the postcards and, you know, making 10 or 15 calls a day. You know, it doesn't take that long. Take an hour a day just to go through your list. And I promise you, if you stick to it and you follow it diligently, that you will add value and you will add income, additional income to your bottom line with virtually almost zero lead cost out of pocket. But that's it, man. I mean, some great content, Jimmy. This is really great, and I hope everyone was really listening, taking notes. And of course, you know, we'll get this video, the recording, up on the website here within a week or so.
Awesome. Well, you know, we have a little time left on the call. So what I want to do just real quick is open it up to any questions. If you guys have any questions or comments, raise your hand or type your question in and we can, you know, address that real quick. Otherwise, we'll end this call. So does anybody have any comments or questions? It's a quiet crowd, Joe. I don't see any hands raised. Well, with
that means you did a great job. Very thorough.
All right. I do want to send a quick shout out. I see Denise on the call, and she's an agent up in Dallas. I saw her last month. So how you doing, Denise? Let's get you going. Let's get you fired up. But with that, let's end the call. You guys have a great weekend. Log into Mutual of Omaha, get those leads, get those postcards, take advantage of the opportunity. With that, signing off.
All right, Jimmy, great call.